lesson is going to be devoted to the introduction into IELTS. Today we are going to talk about the format, about parts of the test, which is widespread all over the world and for all the people who are practicing and learning English. So let's have a start with the meaning of the abbreviation IELTS. So, the meaning of IELTS is International English Language Test or Testing System. The official partners of IELTS who own the rights for testing with this system are Cambridge ESOL Examination, Education of Australia and the British Council. If we talk about formats of IELTS, there are two main formats depending on your target of passing IELTS. So the formats are academic and general. Both formats have 4 basic skills which are going to be tested during your IELTS. They are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Let me tell you more about each part of IELTS. But before I start, let me clarify what is the difference between academic and general formats. First of all, different formats are devoted to different target of passing IELTS. If you are planning to have non-degree education or you are planning immigration to English-speaking country like Canada, for example, you need to pass general IELTS. So now let's briefly talk about what you are going to do within each of the parts of your test. Listening includes 4 sections with 10 questions for each of them. So it means you are going to have 4 different audios and 10 tasks for each of your audio. The audio, each of them, lasts about 6 minutes and totally you're going to work 30 minutes with the section listening. There are different types of tasks for each of the sections and you are going to check how well you comprehend English speech by your listening skills. The main idea of listening is to check your listening skills, how well you understand English speech with different speed, with different pronunciation, and with different people talking to you, telling the audio for you. So you are going to listen for some lecture parts, or you're going to listen for some conversation between people or dialogue, and you are going to listen your audio only once. This is a basic difficulty, this is a basic challenge for everyone who is passing IELTS. You can never listen to the audio again, so you have to work right as you go through your listening. Next part is reading. Reading has 3 different sections. With totally, again, 40 questions, the same as for listening. But each section contains a little bit more questions. from 12 to 14, depending on your text. If we talk about the difference about academic and general, the texts are different. So academic reading includes more difficult, more complex and bigger texts. For example, those could be some article from scientific magazine or some papers containing research of some author or by some author, while general includes some parts of advertising or brief information about some organization or probably the description of some services by the hotel or some school, some linguistic center, etc. So some text information which you can come across while you're staying in English speaking country. As I was telling you about listening, I mentioned that the basic idea is about checking your listening skills. Reading is not about checking your reading skills. Don't be confused. This is the basic mistake of everyone. Reading is about showing demonstration of your abilities to analyze the text information. This is more about scanning and skimming, being able to find the information you need in the text you are looking through. So it's not about fast reading. It's not about reading your information in the text 100%. No, not at all. If you do so, you will never be on time with your time limit. In reading, you must learn how to analyze information fast and look for specifically the information you need, but not reading the text as a whole. Writing is the next part of the test you are having usually while passing Ielts. Writing usually includes two different tasks, both for academic and for general Ielts. Each task has own criteria. For example, in task number 1, you must write about 150 words, while in your task number 2, you're supposed to write about 250 words. And of course, you are going to be given different amount of time. For task 1, you are going to be given about 20 minutes. While for part number 2, you are going to be given 40 minutes. Speaking is going to be your last part of Ielts passing. In fact, mostly when you pass Ielts, you have 2 days. In 1 day, you are going to have listening, reading and writing, and second day is going most likely to be devoted to speaking. Speaking is not as long section as listening or reading or writing. It doesn't even take 30 minutes. It takes you maximum 16 minutes. You are going to have 3 different sections where you have different questions. For example, section 1 is the easiest one. Usually those are questions which you can answer without any preparation. For example, those can be questions about some sport activities, hobbies, your everyday life, your family, etc. or the country where you're living, and so on. While section 2 is more about following the plan of answer and having the specific information you need to remember or imagine and share this information with the examiner. Third part is more analytical. This is about your opinion on some problem or difficult question or something people can get confused about. So those could be the questions with the 2 sides of a coin, let's say, where opinions of people mostly are different, and you are going to share your personal opinion with examples and with your understanding of the problem.